What up, noobs? It's me. Me again. It is me again. Okay, so today we're going to show you, or I'm going to show you, I guess, how to make things big stereo with mono sources. I just wanted to mention one misconception about big stereo mixes is using stereo widening effects. However, stereo widening effects lead to phase cancellation, which I'll show you in another tutorial coming up soon. I just wanted to show you how to clear up your stereo field using mono stuff. So the first things we're going to do is check out all our sources, what kind of chain they're going through, and why they're washing out the mix. Okay, so picked out the song from Dave. I did this in like 2010, like literally. It's been a while since I touched this one, but he dropped vocals on it. I still have to drop the vocals in again. But wait, where the heck are they? Anyways, deal with that later. So you might recognize the song from one of the other tutorials I did. I forget which one, but I'm just going to show you what mistakes I was doing. Like when I was doing it, when I'm jamming, I don't really care. I go. So now that I'm in mixing stages, I got to think more about the stereo field. So you may be thinking, how the heck are you going to fit vocals in there, right? And I say, well, I can't right now. So I have to make room for vocals basically. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. So our main synth in itself is pretty, is mono. Okay. However, that's probably going to mask, the vocals, because it's right in that vocal range. So what we could do is move that to the side a bit. But now it sounds a little unbalanced. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you how I can make this more stereo sounding, but still preserve my stereo field. Okay. The first thing people would want to do is just put like that kind of delay on it. It's like delay, chorus. I actually like this combination. However, what we're going to end up with is a huge wash of stereo signal, which we don't want, because that's going to like lose those when the voice dips down just a bit. Even though it's compressed, you're still going to lose those minute changes, right? And you want people to be able to hear it all. So when it dips down past those decibels, it's going to wash, that reverb signal is going to wash over top of it, much like a tide rolling in from the sea and washing out the shore. There you go. So we're going to make this reverb into a mono chain. And how we're going to do that is this chorus. I believe we could just... Okay, so we got our chorus de-stereoized, I think. I forget. I'll check it out in a sec. Next up, delay. We got to make sure our delay is even on both sides. Okay, I like this Sonitas Effects delay. Came with Cakewalk Sonar, and I literally put it in all my tracks. It's just awesome. So you can see I'm cutting the lows out of this delay and the highs, so I get this nice like type delay, just like that. And anyways, so we know that these two are mono. Let's check out our convolver. Okay, now it looks like we have a stereo. Yeah, a stereo reverb. So this is using some convolution I picked up on the internet. Just look them up. I love convolution reverb. It's awesome. You just get such awesome sounds out of it. But this one in particular is a stereo reverb. So what we're going to do is make this into a mono signal. Okay, all we got to do is right click, tools, tools, left click, channel to mono. All right. There we go. Presto. We have a mono reverb / delay / chorus. And I like chorus because it detunes things and like kind of pushes it back more. It's pretty cool. Should check it out. Should use it. So now we got our synth in the left and our reverb in the left. But I want to put this reverb on the right. Now there's two ways to do that. One is just to pan this reverb to the right. However, that's not actually giving you an accurate signal because it's actually combining the right, which is really low. Because remember, every mono signal is just two stereo signals that are exactly the same volume. So the left and right are exactly the same. So when I move this over to the left, it's combining more of the left and the right. And then when you put it over into the reverb, you're taking that left and right signal unbalanced, and then you're combining those again. But also you're making your whole send go right, which you don't want. So we're going to add a send here, or make our own send. Call this Synth Booyah, because I'm just brain dead right now. So synth, our synth is going to the master, which we want, and our Synth Booyah, and then but the Synth Booyah is going to master. We don't want that. Take that out, and then we're gonna put that to our send 2, which is our big but delay and verb. Okay, so now we're going to take this synth and then pan it to the right. Okay, now what this is going to do, it's going to send just the synth just to the send, much like it's going to be sending like this, but we're not sending any of this signal to the master. So we're going to get a panned right signal going to the whatever that thing is, send. So listen. WTF. Okay, that shouldn't be happening. Why is that happening? Okay, that's really strange. So, just check out what's going on. Oh. Duh! Sorry, I'm like so brain dead. Okay. So now we got our delayed signal going on the right, our rhythm synth on the left, and we get this kind of stereoized effect. You can kind of picture it as you're like hollering to the right, you know, and you're hearing echoes coming off that house on the right, or those houses on the right, or whatever. So what we're going to do now is add our Synth Comp, which is like kind of a complementary. And like you see there's like so much room already, and to fit vocals in there, easy. However, all our other synths are still, or all our other reverbs are still stereo. So we're going to go through and we're going to tools. Your tools, convert left channel mono, and do the same with this convolver reverb. Okay, sorry, nothing's labeled. It's just brutal. I know, I'm brutal, but you get the idea. Now what we have here is a very dedicated, like, you can hear the clarity already, you know, from the start to the finish. You just like rewind, but you can hear that clarity difference already. So let's take a listen to the full mix. So it's already like ages better, right? Let's see those. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And you can see I got that send going. Now, one interesting thing you could do, see how this one's panned all the way to the right? I'm going to show you kind of an interesting technique here. We're going to go grab, come on. Sorry, I'm like have like so much stuff. And like, when I'm like in the middle of a jam, I don't even like think about where I put my tracks. It's just brutal. So I just brought that back a little bit because what I want to do is I want to make this, this signal, I want to make it sound really like kind of like wide and like The way I'm going to do that is do the same. I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. Okay. However, I'm going to pan this one all the way to the right. So just the right signal is going to be going to this send. And we should get a pretty cool effect here. Hear that? It's like way off on the side. I would even cut more bass out of that because that bass is going to be the most distracting part about this reverb. And then probably run. There we go. Let's try this here. Once the vocals go like, live a high life, make it up, it's all through the night. Okay, so we should get this. I kind of like how this one just kind of pops out behind the vocals. Yeah, we got a nice chorus there. Let's de-stereoize that. Actually, you know what? That stereo worked in that case because it's so short. It's these little short blasts of signal. So we can even like increase that stereo field a little bit because these little tiny blasts, it's okay to like wash out just for a moment. That's fine. But when you have these long delays that are all stereoized and suddenly you have nowhere in your mix to put anything. So that's cool. And then to check, we're going to, this is a stereo separation knob. I'm going to go further into this in another tutorial, but this is how we check if it's phasing out. Oops. So that's how you check. You hold, and you can check that with your entire mix too. One hazard with chorus is that, as you can see, it's more to the right. See, so that kind of sucks, but you can use the Fruity Stereo Separation Tool, Stereo Shaper, okay, and then you can. All this is it's actually a dedicated left-right, so then you can bring that left channel down. Keep it gangster, y'all. Keep it gangster. There we go. Now let's check it out. So actually, yeah, so there you go. We got our nice little stereo pop there. You'll notice, try it out with one of your big wide synths with like intense effects. Put that on mono. And the reason mono matters is because if you're not sitting right between the speakers, or if you don't have headphones on, and let's face it, if your song ever gets big, people are going to be listening to it everywhere. They're going to hear it in coffee shops. They're going to hear it, and you got to prepare for that. Because who knows? Who knows? You may be the next hit. Yeah. Yeah. So do it, noobs. Do it. Try it out. See what kind of clarity you can get with your mixes. Just make some music, yo. Okay. So I'm going to keep working on this track here, and thought I'd share that with you guys. I really like using this because suddenly, you have a mix that's like a million times more clear, and a clear mix also leads to a louder mix because when people can hear things better, they're more present, and you can like compress the output, and suddenly that mix is like in your face, beating you up. Yeah. Okay, anyways, that's enough of that. 14 minutes long. So, see you next time. I got your requests. I'm going to get on those. So take her easy. Bye.